Hello there, welcome back to Sequel-A-Thon 4. I'm Scotty, you're not. Remember, air conditioner on because it's hot. Kind of work that into the day. So, before I get started, Before I get started, I have something to say. I don't suck. No. Just nice and cold. Just took it out of the fridge. Excuse me. Horrible Bosses 2. Or how can we waste time for most of the movie and not have really any plot development? That's what happens. So the plot of this is that our characters, Kurt, Nick, Dale, from the last movie, they're their own bosses now. They're becoming their own, company. They're doing the shower pal, shower buddy, And so they make a deal with Christoph Waltz and his son, Chris Pine, and they make a deal, but then they get screwed over, so they decide they're going to kidnap Chris Pine and hold it for ransom, but things don't always go as planned. Right. So, I'm watching this movie, right? And I'm sitting here, and I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, are we gonna do anything, or... Because, stuff happens, but it's not productive to the plot. If these characters just shut the fuck up, they get done with this. It just feels like, what can we have these idiots do for the entire runtime that doesn't actually get the plot done that we're showing through? Is what when they're writing. Hey, here's the plot. Now, when you write the movie, make sure that everything these guys do doesn't lead to any of that. That's what it really seems like to me that they're doing. So we start off with them presenting their shower buddy on a morning show. And then Christoph Waltz and his son, Chris Pine, want to buy this. So they do that. They give him $500,000. They go out. They do they get a $500,000 loan from the bank. They get a staff. They make the stuff. They go back to say, hey, we have all this done. And Christopher Waltz goes, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm backing out. We're not going to do that deal. We didn't sign anything. There's nothing. Can't do anything. So they're fucked. So they decide, well, what can we do? So they go talk to Kevin Spacey in jail to give business advice. Basically tells them they're fucked. That scene was unnecessary. I don't know why you need that in there. Only serves to the ending where they bring him back again. But it's also makes sense. We'll get to it. And then so then they decide, we're gonna kidnap him. Okay, instead of just going straight to trying to kidnap him, no, we gotta figure out something to do. We gotta do. They go to motherfucker Jones to get help, which is what they said they were gonna do before they went to talk to the guy. But yeah. And he's like, what? And all we get is this, what? Because I'm black, you think I know how to kidnap people? And so we gotta drug them. So that leads them to go to Jennifer Aniston's dental office to get the laughing gas. Because Dale still has the codes. Which, realistically, she would have changed. If there's one character that's in this movie unnecessarily, it's Jennifer Aniston. There's no reason for her to be in this movie. With the way the plot goes, I could see them going to see Kevin Spacey to get business advice. Sure. But it feels like they have to go out of their way. The writers had to go out of their way to try to fit her in this. Like, they gotta go get the thing. Sure, fine. Now, if they just went in, stole it, that was it. Maybe Dale has an encounter with her, but no. It's this whole thing about a sex addiction group, which obviously isn't working out right. And then Nick has sex with her, apparently, because she shows footage later. She's like, enjoy. And then the other two idiots, because again, their dialogue could just be reduced to, you know that scene in Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey says, "You want to hear the most nice sound in the world," and he does it. That could be what the dialogue is, because it's just they're trying. I know they're trying something, but they're too bickering, and Nick can't get them to enter the thing because they keep holding the button down. So he has to go in and try to cover them, which leads to, the addiction group and everything. They get the gas, only to get to the guy's house and get knocked out by the gas themselves. I looked at at how far it was in. 45 minutes. 45 minutes into this goddamn movie, and we have done absolutely nothing to move this plot forward to what they were planning to do. And this is where they decide, you know what? We're not going to do it. Only to find Chris Pine in their trunk. He tied himself up because he found them passed out in his closet. And somehow figured out what they were doing. And now wants to swindle his dad out of money. He changed it. He already sent the ransom note and everything. He changed it from $500,000 to $5 million. And yeah, it's already set to go. The lead cop here is Mike from Breaking Bad, because he's a cop here. I'd rather seen Dean Norris. But anyway, so now the plan is to work with Chris Pine to do this. Right? So they go through, they set this whole thing. There's a mix-up where Kurt leaves his phone because they do a thing at the beginning where the show he has the song Roar by Katy Perry. If you want to automatically date your movie, add a pop culture reference from the time, because yeah, that works. Because as soon as I heard that, I automatically felt old, because this was all those years ago. Yeah. And so there's a mix-up where he was going to plant the fake phone underneath the bench, but got distracted by hot women, and put his own phone under there. But the way they show it, he's already got his hand underneath there when they come, and then has to take and switch hands to put the other one underneath. That doesn't make any sense. There's no way you'd be that distracted to switch hands in the middle of doing it. His hand was already down there. Now they're afraid he's going to get contacts, so they set up for him to go in there to a parking garage so they can get the money. And when he gets in there, Chris Pine kills him. And he's like, well, you know what? I realize that that because my dad called the cops, that means he didn't care about me. And I figured, hey, instead of going through with this plan, instead of just taking the $5 million, I could kill him off, blame you, and inherit the entire fortune. So he's gonna frame them. Just in time to save them, though, is Motherfucker Jones, who was waiting for them to leave so he could take the money for himself and invest in a Pinkberry. I kid you not, that is the story. That made me laugh. By the way, I am skipping a whole bunch of bullshit between these characters, just arguing incessantly. It gets so fucking annoying. Because, I'm autistic. So the one thing I don't like is when many people are talking and voices are overlapping. It gets to me. So these three dumbasses are constantly talking over each other. It's like, can you not have a conversation? Every time one person starts to talk, the other ones start overlapping each other. It's like, I get it. It's supposed to be kind of funny. Okay, explain to me what happened. They all start talking over each other. It's like, no, can we stop? that's not funny. There are some funny jokes in here, but it's not really funny. Also, while they're at the hotel, Jennifer Aniston shows up again, and it's like, I will call the cops, or unless Dale plows me. And they're like, why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed with that? He goes, she goes, you ever collect anything? And you're the only assistant to ever say that I haven't slept with. Which is bullshit, because wasn't there a thing in the first one where she knocked him out with laughing gas and took pictures of her having sex with him? So she has had sex with him. Wasn't that it? Or was it something else? Was it she just made it look like they did? I don't know. And then they imply the same thing at the end of this, that she did it with him when he was knocked out. Because when you're in a coma, you can still get an erection. I guess we'll get there, because I haven't got that plot point. But, so Chris Pine is on his way to go back to the warehouse where he can tie himself up. But Motherfucker Jones is driving them back. And they think they get there before him, but he's there. Motherfucker Jones is gone, by the way. And they're pretty much done. They're going to go to jail. Much like in the first one, though. See, remember in the first one, there was the whole thing where they think they're done, they're going to go to jail, and then the recording pops up, which incriminates the bad guy, or the boss, and he goes to jail instead. Well, they try to do that with the recorder, but Kurt doesn't wait till after he leaves to reveal he recorded it, so yeah. By the way, he's just gonna leave them there to get caught? Like, that's like a Bond-filled mistake of, I'm going to tie you up with this laser that will slowly go towards your genitals. I could kill you right now with just a gun, but no, I'm going to do this. Now, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die, but not right away, just very slowly. As this laser goes to your genitals. It's just, I don't know. He just leaves them there and expects they're just going to stand there. So, again, because Kurt blurted out that he got Stat's blood all over the pants, they switch pants, which means that Kurt's phone is now in the guy's pocket. So it goes off, he's got the phone, he tries to kidnap Mike from Breaking Bad, tried to, have him hostage or whatever, but Dale, that's Charlie Day's character, tries to run at him with this blade thing that's dull, but doesn't go from behind, instead tries to come from the side. They are directly behind him. And he decides to come at him from the side, and he gets shot. Doesn't die, he gets shot. No. And this saves the day, and they're, due to them saving the cop's life while all their big felony was taken off, they lost their company. They were trying to say they lost their company. It was bought by Kevin Spacey, which, no, he's in prison. He has no assets, no money, no nothing. How can he possibly do that? They tried to throw it out earlier that he's like, I don't know, that he has some sort of control, I don't know. But like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah. And Motherfucker Jones gets a pink berry. Yeah. But, yeah, and like I said, when Dale wakes up, like, Julia, or Jennifer Aniston, has explained to his wife, because there was a part where the wife and the kids show up at the hotel, and so she thinks Dale is cheating on her, which he's not. But didn't they do that in the last one? Repeat stuff from the last one, I guess. And to breathe. And yeah, so no, this didn't age very well for me. It just didn't. I remember I watched both these back to back because I got the double pack, and then the first one is good. I think the first one is generally funny. I think they took like they say when you do a sequel, you gotta repeat some of the stuff from the first one. That's fine. But much like with European Vacation, when you repeat stuff, it just comes off as we're doing this same shit over again. Like, we didn't need Jennifer Aniston. We didn't need them constantly bickering. They had some funny dialogue in the first one, so they, hey, let's just do that again. But it just gets annoying with them. Yes, they went with a different plot. Like, I'm glad they didn't just say, oh, we got new jobs and our bosses are dicks, let's kill them now. You know, they're the horrible bosses now in this situation. So, yeah. I'm glad they changed the plot, but I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's fine. It's not terrible. I think you can, like, when I did it as a double feature, the first one and the second one back to back, watching double feature, it worked, but it just not what I'm gonna revisit. So, what are your thoughts on Horrible Bosses 2? Leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.